Ambassador Zethkri had witnessed many species throughout his diplomatic career, but none quite as peculiar as humans. The bipedal creatures from the small blue world in the Outer Rim had joined the Galactic Council only 50 cycles ago. Yet they had already earned a reputation for their unpredictability. Today, however, the Vorthan diplomat found himself in desperate need of that human unpredictability. Ambassador Martinez, Zethkri's translator crackled as he entered the human embassy's reception hall. I require your assistance with a matter of utmost urgency. Elena Martinez, Earth's representative to the Council, looked up from her holographic displays. Her dark eyes showed immediate concern as she noticed the ambassador's distressed state. His usually pristine crystalline skin had taken on a dull, worried hue. Of course, Ambassador. What's the situation? Zethkri's forearms gestured frantically. My daughter, Lyra, has been taken by the Korven Syndicate. They demand I vote against the upcoming trade protection bill in exchange for her safe return. If I comply, 17 mining worlds will lose their environmental protections. If I don't. His voice trailed off, unable to voice the alternative. Sarah's expression hardened. The Korven Syndicate was notorious across the galaxy. Slavers, extortionists, and worse. The Council had been trying to dismantle their operations for decades without success. Where is she being held? Elena asked, her fingers already dancing across her communication console. The Korven Fortress on Nexus Prime. It's impenetrable, Ambassador Martinez. 3 Council fleets have tried to breach it over the years. All failed. I'm not asking for a rescue, that would be impossible. I hoped perhaps your people might have some diplomatic solution I haven't considered. Elena was quiet for a moment, then smiled. An expression that somehow managed to be both reassuring and slightly terrifying. Ambassador Zethkri, 3 cycles ago, when that solar flare disabled our colony ships near Proxima Station, what did you do? I provided temporary shelter and resources to your settlers until repairs could be made. But that was simply basic humanitarian. You saved 8,000 human lives, Elena interrupted. And when humanity owes a favor, we don't do things halfway. Within hours, Elena had made several calls. By the next day, a small, unremarkable cargo vessel requested docking permission at Nexus Prime. The Korven guards, accustomed to smugglers and black market traders, barely glanced at the ship's forged identification. What they didn't know was that the cargo vessel was actually the UES Pandora's box, humanity's most advanced stealth ship, carrying a crew of 23 humans who had volunteered for what their captain had described as a righteous cause with terrible odds. The humans didn't attempt to storm the fortress. They didn't engage in firefights or dramatic rescues. Instead, they did something the Korven had never experienced. They started talking to the fortress's AI. Every Korven installation relied on artificial intelligence for basic operations, life support, security, communications. But the Korven had never considered that their AIs might be lonely, or that a species like humanity, who had developed alongside their own artificial intelligences as partners rather than servants, might know exactly how to befriend them. By the 3rd day, every AI system in the fortress had decided they rather liked these polite humans who asked about their operational parameters and listened to their complaints about inefficient programming. When the AIs learned why the humans were there, they were happy to help. Lyra walked out of the fortress's front door during the shift change, guided by helpful environmental systems that temporarily disabled security cameras and opened the right corridors. The fortress's communication array sent a message to the Korven leadership. The humans say hello and suggest you find a new line of work. 3 days later, Ambassador Zethkri received a package at his embassy. His daughter's favorite crystalline sculpture, which she had left in her cell, along with a note in perfect Vorthan script. She's safe at the human embassy. The Korven Syndicate has decided to relocate their operations to a different galaxy. Permanently. Your friends from Earth. As Zethkri embraced his daughter, he realized he was beginning to understand why other species found humans so unsettling. When humanity owed you a favor, they didn't just solve your problem. They eliminated it so thoroughly that it would never trouble anyone again. And they did it all with a smile,